Welcome friends to the monthly meeting held by Isha, Institute for the Study of Human Awareness. Thank you for joining me for this event. We hold this event every month and try to go over the message that our master, my master, Ishupuriji, whose picture you see behind me, we go over those messages just to remind us of the opportunity that we had and the messages that he left for us, and to keep us on track, on the track of the journey that we have been working on, the path of masters, and try our best to follow his teachings. Because the world that we live in compels us to pay attention to so many things that are always taking our attention outside into the affairs of this physical world. And masters remind us that the time that we have on this planet, on this body that we have, it is very limited. It is of a very short time span. And it is important for us to remember what is to come after this body is done. Because the body is ephemeral. It is very short living in the huge span of time that we have, billions of years of this planet and this whole universe, how long it has been around. In comparison to that, our body has a very limited time span. And although to us, while living in this body, it feels like we have been here for a long time in this body, but they tell us through their own example, the examples of their own masters, that we have a very short time span in this physical body. Because if you see, nobody has lived forever, right? Our master just passed away a few years back. His master also passed away. If you know people who have passed away in your life, you realize after their passing that you miss them. But this has been a fact of life. Ever since there has been life on this planet or wherever, it has never been stagnant. It is always appearing and disappearing. This is a fact of life. But why is it so important for us to remember this? Because the physical body that we have, that gives us an opportunity to take a leap into a different world. And they tell us that even though there is so much abundance of life, our life that we have in this physical body is truly unique. They say that this body has been made in the image of the Creator himself. And they don't mean to say that Creator looks like us. We have 2 eyes, 2 ears, and different organs of perception. It doesn't mean that even the Creator himself appears in this form, not in physical form. But we are made in the likeness of the Creator. What they mean is the experiences that we are having of being able to create, being able to have this free will of deciding what to do next. That is unique to this physical body, this awareness that we create in this human body. But other life forms, according to Indian scriptures and other scriptures, they say that there is 84 lakh or 8.4 million types of life in this universe or in this creation. And we are truly unique amongst them. What differentiates us compared to other forms of life is that we have this free will. We can act as if we are the creator of our destiny. Whereas other beings, they just are almost living by instinct. When they need food, they try to search for food, they eat it, they sleep because they feel sleepy. They go about doing everything that is required of a life. If you look at the plant, normally you can't see a plant growing. But if you observe the plant over a long period of time, you can see that it's growing. It changes its shape, the trunks become bigger, it goes through all phases of life. As the seasons change, you see the colors changing, the leaves falling off, and trees become bigger. And scientists have done experiments on the trees, and they realize that trees also can sense what is happening around their environment, and they try to protect themselves. Life in general is like that, that it tries to always guard itself, it tries to protect itself. There are, but we don't know if they're able to make decisions by themselves. Most of the creatures, the insects, birds, different animals that you see, they act on instinct. But human beings are a little different, that they are able to decide for themselves. They know what they want, and that's why you see uh, so much changes happening around wherever human beings stay. They can completely transform uh, the society they live in. They can completely make it, or they can completely break it. They know how to change their circumstances. They believe that they have that power, and because of that, it is said that they are created in the likeness of the Creator Himself. What they mean is that Creator also has the ultimate Creator. If what we observe around us is a creation, somebody must be responsible for that. And if we were to define Him as the Creator, because there is a creation in existence, because we can experience it, He must have created that. And in this plane, in this physical plane, in this physical body, we also have this ability to create whatever we want. We can decide whether to have a breakfast in the morning, what type of breakfast to have, after getting up, what duties to perform. We can take a step by step approach and decide the course of our life. Whereas other animals, other life forms don't have such ability. This is what makes us completely different from other animals, other forms of life. And so masters tell us that we have a unique opportunity to take advantage of this unique ability that has been only granted to this life form. And we can discover who we truly are. It is because of our seeking that we find ourselves in the midst of these unique human beings who we call perfect living master, like my master Ishupuriji, whose picture you see. He happened to come amongst us. Those of you who have been fortunate to meet him can still remember how he changed your life. Some of us did not even know that we were seeking. In fact, I used to think that I was a part-time seeker because I myself did not know me, this person Jagannath. And only after meeting this man, Ishupuri, I came to realize that he is something unique. He came amongst us. He somehow, through YouTube or other means, he happened to transport himself in our life. And then we slowly got captured by his heart. And he did not want to convert us to what his faith was. He did not want to change our physical life. He did not come here for that. He was pulling us because of our soul. He knew what our soul wanted. And he could see the yearning in our soul. Whoever he met, I believe he could know what this person at the core of his being was. And he knew us more than we ourselves knew our individual personality or individual physical being that we are, that we think we are. We have a name, we have occupation, we have different family relationship, and the different trauma or the thoughts or desires that we have. I think somehow he or the perfect living master who come amongst us, they know better than we know, because they know the seeking of our heart, they know the seeking of our soul, and that is why they come amongst us to become our friend and to tell us that because of our seeking, we have the body that we have been given, and the seeking that we have, we can transform ourselves and find out truly who we are. Our seeking could be in external forms, like reading books, like watching YouTube, uh, and finding different masters' messages, or just talking about it and trying to make sense of the world we ourselves find ourselves in. Because we see all kind of vulnerabilities outside, we see all ups and downs. Our life is never static, and it is so busy all the time that we don't find time for our mind to quieten down. We are constantly looking outside. Since we get up in the morning, we start watching our phones, we start talking to people, we remind ourselves of different duties that we have that we need to finish. We have to go to job, and we have to go do grocery, we have to cook food. All these external things always keep us busy, and it's every day that we find ourselves in the midst of happening uh, around us, and we are somehow, because of the physical body that we have been given, we are trapped in this place because of the duties that we have to perform. Or sometimes our mind doesn't want to perform these duties, and maybe we want to keep ourselves busy by watching things, entertaining us, visiting places, and we defer the most important duty we have for ourselves, because the short time span that we have, will realize at the end of the life that the importance of the messages that our masters or teachers give us. And if we don't pay attention to that, at the end of our life we realize that we missed a good opportunity, and the time that we have after our current life, will not avail us the same opportunity. So in comparison to the short life, the life beyond this physical body is much vaster, and that's why masters, because of our seeking, come in the middle of us to guide us and tell us that we can find everything that we are seeking, even though we are not conscious of that, we are not actively seeking, but they understand our soul is seeking, and they try to turn our attention inside. They give us methods as to how we can satisfy our curiosity about this world and curiosity about who we are, because sometimes we ask ourselves these fundamental questions and look at different books, read spiritual books, watch spiritual talks. We have attended a lot of talks, we have read a lot of books, we have met a lot of people who are curious about spirituality, but somehow our attention has always been going outside, and we have not been able to find how to get the answers. So masters come amongst us to change our direction of seeking, because they tell us that everything that we seek outside cannot give us the true answers, and we have to seek inside. We have searched in temples, mosques, churches, we have talked to priests, but even they don't have full answers. Even though maybe at one point when all these religions were founded, they were founded on a good principle, but somehow over time the message gets lost. It gets burdened with different rituals and different things that you need to perform, and it just becomes an outside activity, and we forget the core message. And so these satsangs are a way to remind ourselves, to keep ourselves on the track, reminding ourselves of the messages that masters have given us. The core message has been that we are one with the Creator. We are in these bodies to see the creation around us. We came here for an adventure. We came here to get a sense of reality, to create a reality. All masters have told us that this is not real, but this appears like real. In Indian spirituality, they've called it mithya. That means something that is not real. But masters again tell us that even though this is not real, this is the experience that we have, which is of reality that cannot be avoided. And no matter how much you call it mithya or an illusion, the fact that this is a reality is always reminded to you when you are undergoing different stress, painful uh, incidents that happen in your life. When you lose somebody, then you realize that this is so painful in your heart because you can feel it in your being that this is difficult. You cannot deny that this is not happening to you. As an experience, we feel grief, we feel sadness, we also feel different other emotions. And they tell us that we are experiencing this reality that we have created for ourselves. And the Creator Himself is experiencing this reality as an individual creation of Himself. All of us who are able to experience anything, we are nothing but Creator, and who have decided to act like this. We have taken this body, whatever we experience, this is a Creator experiencing as human beings. It's just that we have taken a different role for ourselves. And because of the experience that we wanted to have, because of the game that we wanted to involve ourselves in, because of the roller coaster that we wanted to take, and all the ups and downs that we wanted to experience, because of that, we have forgotten who we truly are. If we could remember who we truly are, then we would suddenly find that this whole world is a drama that is being carried out for our own experience. But we don't have that ability. We have somehow forgotten, maybe by design itself, because we were meant to forget. Because if we were not meant to forget, then this will not act like a creation. This will not look like a reality, and you could easily dismiss this. And you could not be swayed by the different things that are happening in your life. It won't be attractive. The fact that we get ourselves involved in this creation, in this world, is because this seems real to us. A man cannot deny, if he's married, that he has a wife, and vice versa. A wife cannot deny that he has a husband, because when there is a need of a husband or a wife, or let's say if there are other relationship, parents with child, parents cannot deny that his child needs attention. And whenever a child cries, a mother or a father needs to attend to the child. Otherwise, something would happen to the child. And this is real. When you are a parent, or when you have different relationship, and you need to attend to those relationships, and you cannot, for some reason, attend to it, or you feel helpless, then you are reminded that this is so real. So this is all real as an experience that we see ourselves in the middle of. It is no different than the realities that we experience when we are in dream. When we are in dream, we don't remember this physical body that we have. We don't remember our name. We don't remember, maybe sometimes we remember bits and pieces of that. But most of the time we forget everything about our physical body. We forget our gender, we forget the place we stay in, we forget our nationality, we forget our skin color, we forget how we look like. And the world that we find ourselves in the middle of the dream, that looks very real, because you can have experience that is no different than the normal experience that we have here. It could be the type of experience that we have in our dream, maybe of a different kind because of the dream body that we carry. Maybe we are able to fly, maybe we are able to drive bike, ride a car, jump, fly around. But those are also real. But we can remember maybe sometimes a bits and pieces of your life. You may remember your maybe husband or a wife or a child, and then you can see them in the dream. Even though upon waking up, we claim that we had a dream, but while having the dream, that looked as real as any other reality that we can experience. So through analogy, Master tells us that this is nothing but a dream, and we'll find this as a dream only when we wake up from this dream. Without waking up, we cannot know. And we cannot wake up by looking outside, by going in this dream that we are having currently and visiting places of worship, reading books. And masters, they tell us that they themselves are part of this reality that we have created for ourselves and participating in. If this everything is illusion, the master who appears in a physical form, can he not be as illusory as the world itself? And they tell us, yes, they are also mithya or illusion, but we are as real as the creation that we see ourselves and we experience ourselves. So we are part of the reality that we decided to jump ourselves in and experience this. So this reality is being created by the creator and simultaneously being experienced by the creator by himself putting in the midst of these bodies, and we can experience that creation and we can decide the course of our life in this physical body through our will and free will, and we are free to decide what our life is going to be. And this is exactly like the ultimate creator, because they tell us that uh, this life that we are leading, and even though we are making all the decisions, these decisions have been recorded in advance, and we deliberately decided to choose this body or set of lives for ourselves. They give us example. Ishaji used to give us example of taking a DVD, picking up a bundle of life or series of lives or the bodies that will pick for ourselves, because we wanted to have a sense of reality, because we wanted to experience something different from what we had in the ultimate uh, say house or ultimate home, the Sachkhand, where we were living, and we suddenly decided that we wanted to experience something different. So there's nothing else but the experiencer, according to the masters, who is experiencing everything that is around us. So all of you who are able to experience anything, you are the creator, and you decided to take this form for yourself. And sitting in this physical body, it's very hard to realize or convince ourselves of this argument that we are the one who decided to take this physical body, because we can find a lot of fault with this physical body. We have nothing but, especially the seekers, we have all kind of arguments that we can convince ourselves that we could not be the one who would choose this body, because we know how miserable we are inside and outside. And so for us to recognize that we could be the one, we at the core of it as a soul could have decided, if you believe in soul, could have decided to take this DVD and play this miserable role, because we can compare ourselves with anybody in this world and could wish that I wish I had billions of dollars, I wish I had this and that kind of life, and we always compare and somehow find ourselves in a miserable situation. And masters come amongst us to tell us that we are the one who chose this script for ourselves. And but how do we find whether this is true or not? Did we truly choose this DVD for ourselves? How do we confirm it? And masters tell us that in this body that we have been given, with the unique features of this body, which is quite different from all the other creation, we have this unique opportunity in this body to really find out if we voluntarily took part in this act or not, if there is some other creator who compelled us to lead this life. And we have the ability in this physical body, sitting in this physical plane, to, because of the free will that we have, to decide if we want to find the truth for ourselves or not. And because we are seeker, we are seeking the truth. Masters come amongst us in this same physical body that we have. Somehow this physical body grants us that ability to somehow have this companionship, have a friendship of another human being. And somehow we can have friendship, we can have trust, we can, over time, interacting with this person, realize that this person who is just like us, who falls sick like us, who has all the problems of the life of this physical plane, just like us, they are no different, at least outside the way they look. Sometimes they are much better looking, sometimes they are very ordinary, born in an ordinary life, uh, like Kabir and a lot of other masters in Indian spirituality. Sorry, who have been perfect living masters, and they have been born in difficult circumstances. I used to read about masters in India who were weavers or who were potters, who were just living ordinary life. Ishuji talked about master who was a shoemaker, uh, I believe Saint Ravidas, and they are just like a normal human being. But when you associate with them, you realize that they somehow know much more about yourself or this whole world. And in company of these masters, somehow they pull us, not because of the talk that they give, sometimes much more. Sometimes the argument that they give is not accepted by our minds. We somehow listen to them and we don't want to believe everything that is being said because we have not experienced everything that they talk about. Like Ishiji used to talk about 5 levels of creation, this physical plane, astral, causal, and other planes. But we sometimes like listening to them because it's a nice lecture. Sometimes we can have company of other friends, other satsangis. We can just chit chat. We can have, dinner with them. We can have normal, routinely world talk with them. But somehow we keep attending these meetings because of our master. Somehow there's a tug that happens in our heart that we want to still go and see this man, a perfect living master. Doesn't matter what form he comes in. Somehow he pulls us through the love that we experience. Somehow the way he gives us attention and the kind of attention that we have not experienced before, somehow kind of love that we experience coming from him is so unique that he doesn't care. He doesn't care about how we look. He doesn't care how much wealth we have. He doesn't care about anything. He still wants to hear you. He still wants to have a friendship with you, just wants to talk with you. I know when Ishaji used to travel all around the world, so many satsangis, even though they have been with him for a long time, they have heard all the lectures, and they still found themselves traveling with him because of the pull that they experienced with him. There was something unique that even though it doesn't matter what kind of lectures he gave, a lot of times people used to sleep. And I myself used to find sometimes the same repeated messages, I did not find much values in them. But yet, I felt that every now and then I have to go and see this person, because he used to talk about the love that he experienced from his master. And all of us can attest to this, whoever have been around him or whoever have been traveling with him, somehow felt special tug, special calling to travel with him. I remember him telling me, Ishuji telling me, that these people come along with him to all over India, different countries. Even though he had been giving them a lot of attention when they are in US, but somehow they still want to come and grab his time. It's very difficult for masters also to operate in this physical world because they have the same time span, doing the normal chores of their family duty or business or whatever else they are doing. They're just like us. but yet they have some special abilities, a special thing that they carry in their being, that all of us get pulled by that special thing, and we cannot but see him every now and then. And we see that not only they give us messages like how to meditate and how to seek that we are seeking, but somehow they hold us very close to them. They assure us that they will be with us for a long time. And when they decide to become our friend by giving us initiation, that's a guarantee. Initiation is them giving us a hand and telling us that they will be with us from now on till we reach our destination. Whatever it is that we are seeking. If we are seeking the ultimate creator, wanted to experience the creator, wanted to see the creator, he is going to give us company and he will guide us along the way. It is not just in this physical body that he will be our friend, but forever. That's the guarantee they take when they accept us as our friend. So it is important for us to remind ourselves that even though we are in this physical body and it seems like we are going to live forever, but reality is that it takes a long time for us to realize who we truly are, and we need to work on it. And in this physical body we have the ability to seek and find whatever it is that we are seeking. And if we are seeking things inside, if we are seeking things that is beyond this world, then we can get answers by sitting in this physical body and following the practices, the steps of meditation that our masters give us. The purpose of meditation, according to him, is to, at least while in this physical plane, when he is around with us, when masters are around with us, and even when master leave their body, we can still practice the approach that he gave us regarding meditation. How to turn our attention backward and find the form, the physical form in which he initiated us, within us. And once we find that form, we don't need to worry anymore. He's never going to leave us. The challenge for us in meditation is to find that form. And according to my master and the way I understand it, the reason why we need to do meditation is not, there can be many reasons people may want to have meditation. Maybe they want to get clarity of certain subject they are thinking about. Maybe they want to make themselves peaceful. Maybe they want to run away from the thoughts that they're having and just want to relax. But if you're a true seeker of knowledge, what masters tell us that at least in this path, the path that my master experienced for himself, and the way it was conveyed to him by his master, Huzur Maharaj Baba Sawan Singh Ji, is that the objective of this meditation is to find the form of master in our meditation and make it permanent. Because when masters initiate us, they leave of his living form within us at the third eye. And during meditation, it is our job to find that form, to raise our vibration to the level where we are able to clearly see him. And I know I'm struggling myself. I know a lot of you are struggling as well. So we are holding each other's hand and walking on this path. We are trying to help each other, remind ourselves that we have to meditate sincerely, because our attention is always carried out in this world, and it doesn't give us enough time for us not only to do normal chores, forget meditation, forget spiritual activities. So we are indeed lucky to have a man like Ishwarji in our life, and a lot of us can still see his videos on YouTube and other places, read the transcripts that have been written by a lot of Sevadas, and you can read the transcript in different languages. You can still uh, hear the message from a man who was alive in our time, a man who came to the Western world and talked in the language that is familiar to most of the people in Western world. He went to different countries and his message was translated in other countries. And but he could talk in the language that we could understand, because the seekers are everywhere. Seekers could not necessarily be only born in East, wherever the seekers are. In fact, a lot of seekers, according to the master, have been born in the West, because according to my master's master, Huzur Maharaj Baba Sawan Singh Ji, the spirituality is going to shift from East to West, and it's going to happen in a big way. And so a lot of masters have been here to enlighten, to make seekers ready for this change that is about to happen, or change that we are experiencing. A lot of people are experiencing these kind of changes. And so masters give us a company and try to turn our attention back, and so that we can make use of the life that we have been given, the special abilities of this physical body in this physical plane. Masters tell us that if we go to higher planes, and let's say if you go to causal plane, you can experience a lot of things, but you cannot go beyond that. If you want to go beyond that, you still have to take this human form. So without this human form, you cannot exit, you cannot experience the totality of creation, you cannot be one with the Creator. And only in this physical body, through the process of meditation and the techniques that Master taught us, we can experience all the way to being a creator, and only in this physical body that is possible. And so what a great loss it will be if we are not able to take advantage of the possibilities that this body affords us, and we find ourselves at the end of life only repenting that if we had more time, we could do so much. So this life slips away second by second, hour by hour, day by day, and we don't have much time left at the end. But if you could do everything sincerely, if you have been initiated, or if you are a true seeker, Master said that all we need to do is seek. And if there is a Creator, if there is a perfect living Master who is one with the Creator, he would know that we are seekers. Whoever is seeking, whatever they are seeking, it will be heard. If the perfect living Master who is one with the Creator, if he cannot know that there is a seeker, then he doesn't know, he is not part of totality. Because we are within totality. We are one part of the creation. We hold this consciousness, we have this awareness. And if there is a Creator who created us, and if he does not know what is happening in our heart, what we want, then he cannot know that he is not a creator, he is not a God. If we truly are living independently, then we are the one responsible for everything that is happening. But because we are a seeker, I believe that there must be somebody who will answer the seeking. And we who have experienced Master Ishupuriji know in our heart, because we get pulled by all the love that we experience. Sometimes it's just unsaid things. Sometimes the way we find ourselves in the midst of everything that is happening around him, that somehow convinces us that what this man speaks of must be true. And we can find whether it is true or not by trying to at least doing our best. Does not matter we succeed or not. All we can do is give our best and leave the rest. And he tells us to do everything with love and devotion for your Master. I know during around his birthday, some of us used to send him compliments, wish him happy birthday, and also wanted to please him by telling him that I would want to dedicate maybe 5 minutes or few minutes of my meditation or my day thinking about him. And it used to please him. And so these masters come without any judgment of who we are, what nationality we belong to, what our sexual orientation is, and nothing. They can look at us or look at our seeking. They can destroy all our sanchit karma, because when they initiate us, they say that I am now in charge of you. I will decide what your course of your life is going to be. And we somehow find that after associating with these people, our life somehow changes, not only from inside but also outside. We somehow find that a lot of things have changed, and we sometimes we feel that the things that has happened in our life is not necessarily for better. Sometimes we find that really things have gone wrong, but somehow, we are unable to see it from his vantage point, and only later we realize that whatever has happened in our life is because of the way master is taking care of us. Sometimes we feel that these really negative things are happening in our life, but we don't realize what might have been happening if he was not around, if he was not taking care of certain things. And somehow we feel the impact of these negative things lessen as we come close and close to him. And so it is very important for us to remind ourselves to engage in our not only in our normal humanly the world activity that we should partake in because of our duties, because of the karma that we have, because of the body that we have taken and the circumstances we have been born into. We have some relationship with us, so we need to partake in that. We need to take care of our karma, and but we have to also keep our eye on what is to come, because we also in normal day-to-day activity we realize sometimes that I wish I had done this or that, or course of life would be better, right? We also promise ourselves that okay, next time we find ourselves in this situation, we are going to act like this. But why leave it to that? We should be much wiser now. And when masters tell us, who have experience of the world beyond this physical world, who we feel that carries something special and give us answers of the inside world, and because when we are in company of these masters, we are somehow assured of these facts that whatever he is talking from his own experience. So when it comes across to us as the true experience, somebody who with a true experience talking or giving this knowledge, we should apply that in our personal life and try to turn attention back and realize that we have this special ability, and we can focus our attention inside, and through the practice of meditation we can, if you have been initiated, you can find the true form of your master inside yourself. And if you can stabilize that form, which is same as the form that master was alive in, then you can never let go of him. He's not never going to leave you. That was the purpose of meditation. And beyond that, beyond this physical plane, he is going to give us company and never leave our hand. And he will take this journey along with us. He will always be on our side till we have reached wherever we wanted to reach. If it was Sachkhand, the ultimate truth that we were seeking, he is going to take us there. So we have to act on this and remind ourselves constantly to practice with love and devotion, think about him, and be in touch with him. for the seekers who have not been initiated, they just need to have seeking. They need to seek inside in their heart, and whatever they are doing, they can continue to do. They don't need to leave their religion. They don't need to convert. They don't need to leave their family relationship, because the spiritual work can be done inside. You don't need to give up your physical duties. They can, in fact, most of the masters say that you have to carry on with your normal duties. Masters never leave their family. They don't. Disapprove of the physical work. In fact, they say that you become a perfect human being by going inside, and you enjoy doing things outside as well. You understand the true nature of this play that is going on. So you participate in both positive and negative, and nothing uh, sort of shakes you from inside, because inside makes you strong. You understand the reality more and more, and whatever is happening outside somehow has a less impact on you, because you can see everything as the creation, because this creation is being experienced by the creator himself, and we are all creators sitting in this small frame, 5-6 foot frame, and experiencing this body and experiencing this creation around us. And we can turn our attention back, and through practice of meditation we can find the form of a master. Or if we don't have a master, we just seek inside in meditation and try to find answer. And if there is a creator, if there is an answer, you'll be heard, and you need not worry. Thank you so much for sharing my talk. I want to give a little bit of update on what's happening on data construction. So it's been a couple of months since I talked about or gave an update on what is happening. So as of now, we just heard back from our architects that they are going to start working on the finishing the design, and we hope that it's going to take maybe a few weeks. 6 to 8 weeks is what I'm anticipating. Our expectation had been that early this year the design would be finished, but because of the experiences we have had, I'm a little cautious, and I know that things don't happen in time based on our expectation, but of course things happen on time the way they are supposed to happen. So we are doing our best and leaving the rest on our master and whatever he wishes for us. So things are going according to, I would say, plan, according to our effort. Whatever it is happening, we are willing to accept the result. And so I'm hoping that in maybe 6 to 8 weeks, we'll have the design finalized. And I'm not very sure at this point in time how much work can be conducted this year, but we are trying our best. We are trying to at least get some work done this year. But when the design is finished and it is given out for bidding, then we'll have a good idea. Because we are so late in terms of finishing up this design, we do not know if we will be able to get contractors in time so that we can resume some work during the summertime. Fortunately, the weather this year in Bruce has been a little milder compared to say last year or last couple of years. So if the same happens even this year, maybe even towards the end of the year we'll be able to do some work. Regardless, we'll hold some activities in Bruce this year starting from May till September, October, and I plan to be there for a lot of those events and meet some of you Sevadas doing Seva just like me with his physical hands, sometimes just talking and building things and trying to please our master by doing our Seva the best we can. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.